What can a local chimney sweep teach us about connecting with an entire city? Well, it turns out a lot more than you'd think. Today, we're not going to be digging into some dusty old marketing textbook. Nope. We're actually going to break down a real-world video script to see what makes it tick, to uncover the, surprisingly clever tactics that make it work so well.
And it all starts so simply, just, hey, Arlington. That's it. A direct address, a personal intro. This is the actual opening line from a company called A&T Chimney Sweeps. Now, on the surface, right, it's just a greeting. But that one word, Arlington, that's the whole key. It's the start of a strategy designed to make one single message feel totally personal to like hundreds of thousands of people.
I mean, just think about that challenge for a second. You've got one single message, and you're broadcasting it out to this huge, diverse community in Arlington, Virginia. How on earth do you make that message feel like it was written just for you?
I mean, that's the fundamental challenge of mass communication, isn't it? How do you make one message resonate with an entire community? So forget about chimneys for a minute, because this script, it's basically a masterclass in how to pull it off. Let's break it down.
All right, first up, the whole idea of a hyper-local pitch. The entire strategy really hinges on this one thing. It's crafted for one specific community. But here's the thing. It's not just about, shouting out the city's name. It's about proving you actually get its unique character, its people, and the very homes they live in.
So how does it do that? How does it speak to all these different people? Well, here's the first truly brilliant move. Instead of trying to talk to everyone all at once, the script immediately splits the entire city of Arlington into just two core groups. It starts by telling two totally distinct chimney stories. And here's exactly how they pull it off. The script doesn't just talk about generic homeowners. No way. It speaks directly to someone living in, say, a 1925 bungalow in Lyon Park with a brick chimney that's 100 years old. And then, in the very next breath, it pivots and talks to someone completely different, the person in a Ballston high-rise condo with a modern gas fireplace. You see? By name-dropping specific neighborhoods and home types, it makes two totally different people feel like, hey, they're talking to me.
Okay, so the script has its two audiences locked in. But, just getting their attention isn't enough, right? The next step is way more clever. It's about pinpointing their unique pain points, basically giving each of them a problem they probably didn't even know they had.
So for that bungalow owner, it introduces this very specific, kind of scary-sounding threat, crown erosion. This isn't just, oh, you have a dirty chimney. No, it's a technical term, and that's on purpose. It implies there's this hidden compounding damage happening. It taps right into that deep-seated fear that a small issue is about to become an expensive, structural nightmare. And if you own an older home, you know exactly what that fear feels like.
All right, now what about the condo owner? For them, the script anticipates their exact thought process. You can just hear them thinking it, right? Hey, there's no smoke, so there's no problem. This is the number one objection. It's the reason they've probably never even thought about calling a chimney sweep. And by just stating it so plainly, the script basically says, yep, we get you. We know what you're thinking.
And then, bam, it immediately pivots to education. It just shatters that no-smoke assumption by listing all these other critical points of failure. Things like venting, pilot assemblies, firebox ceramics. This move is so smart because it does two things at once. First, it creates a need where they didn't think one existed. And second, it instantly establishes the company as the knowledgeable expert in the room.
But they don't stop there. To cast an even wider net, the script starts layering on these other uniquely Arlington problems. It mentions animals, like raccoons and squirrels coming from the nearby parklands. I mean, how specific is that? And then it brings up the universal headache of HOA inspections, which, let's be real, is a huge part of life for thousands of people in that area.
So, okay, they've identified the audiences, they've surfaced all these fears. Now what? The script moves to the solution, and it does it with something I can only call radical transparency, leading with one single number, the $139 solution.
And this is maybe the most crucial part. By leading with a clear, totally unambiguous price, $139, the script immediately gets rid of the biggest barrier for any customer, which is that fear of the unknown cost, right? It just anchors the entire conversation in affordability and honesty right from the get-go.
And they don't even stop there. They just lay out the entire simple menu of options. Look at this. No ambiguity, no hidden fees, none of that dreaded call for a quote nonsense. This isn't just a price list, you guys. It's a powerful tool for building trust before a potential customer even thinks about picking up the phone.
All right, so the price is out there. It's clear. It's honest. Now for the final and maybe most important step, building trust.
The rest of this script is all about anticipating and just dismantling every last little bit of hesitation a customer might have, all to close the deal.
I mean, just look at these promises. Every single one is a direct answer to a common frustration we've all had with contractors, right? They promise to respect your time with 2-hour windows. They promise to handle the hassle of building management. And this is the big one. They promise to be honest, even if it means telling you, hey, you're fine, no work is needed, and they prove it with video. This is all about taking the risk off of the customer.
But here it is. This might be the single most brilliant move in the entire script. This is their key differentiator, the HOA-ready PDF report. This is a total masterstroke. Think about it. It's a simple, low-cost feature that solves a huge, annoying problem for a massive chunk of the Arlington population. It proves they don't just work in the city, they actually understand the bureaucracy of living there.
And this is how they bring it all home. This is the final push. It's a super clean 3-step close. First, they broaden their service area, just to reassure anyone on the fence that, yep, they're covered. Second, a crystal clear call to action. Here's the phone number, here's the website. And third, just a light touch of urgency. It's not a hard sell at all, more like a helpful tip that gets you to take action now.
So when you boil it all down, what's the biggest takeaway from this chimney sweeps pitch? I think it's this. A message for everyone often works best when it's actually a message built from a few very specific someones. This script succeeds because it doesn't try to talk to everyone at once. Instead, it talks to a couple of specific people so clearly and so authentically that pretty much everyone else feels understood in the process. And that is a lesson that applies to a whole lot more than just chimney sweeps.